nation faces.
The limbo in the Ministry of Education has sent parents and students into confusion. For close to 4 months now, parents and students across the country have been uncertain on when schools would reopen. But Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha's blurred clarity on the way forward for the thousands of school-going children across the country paints a rather gloomy state of affairs at the Ministry of Education. Barely a month after the first case of the coronavirus disease was confirmed in the country, Magoha extended the April holiday by 1 month, suggesting that schools would reopen in July. On June 14th, Magoha said that the government would not provide students with masks if schools reopen, forcing parents to dig deeper into their pockets. This, despite President Uhuru Kenyatta's directive to roll out the mass production of face masks that would allegedly see the production of 250,000 masks per day. On June 26th, Magoha, citing social distancing as a stumbling block to the reopening of pre-primary, primary and secondary schools, said that schools would reopen in September, further widening the dilemma on when to reopen schools. However, on September 28th, President Uhuru Kenyatta said that the current conditions are not sufficient to allow the reopening of schools and that schools will remain closed until the government can guarantee the safety of students.
Our paramount consideration, both as a government but also as parents, is the safety and well-being of our children. The lives of our children and their health is not a matter for debate. Learning institutions, therefore, should only be reopened when we have and can sufficiently guarantee the safety of all our children.
2 days later, Magoha told the National Assembly Education Committee that the committee of experts had given the green light to reopen schools, further conflicting President Kenyatta's position on the matter.
And allow our children, and the concept is to start with the examination class. I can see Honorable Milemba shaking his head, but if you look at the map, I'm sure you see this. It is not my decision. In fact, mimi ni surambaya tu, whatever I say.
Earlier Tuesday, Professor Magoha, through a press release, announced the reopening of schools, giving precedence to grade 4, class 8 and Form 4 students. Magoha said that pursuant to the presidential directive issued on Monday 28, 2020, and following broad-based education stakeholder consultations, the Ministry of Education notifies the public that the progressive reopening of schools will commence with grade 4, class 8 and Form 4 on Monday 12th October. Magoha's recent announcement has caught most parents off guard, and even as students prepare to return to schools next week, parents may now be forced to attend to their needs despite the harsh ravages of the virus on the economy. Musa Salah, TV47, Nairobi.